Hi, my name is Rajeev Narayan. I'm the founder and CEO of the Leadership Elements TLE India. I'm also part of the DLC Global HR Committee. Welcome to my DLC Talks. Today, I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic called leadership from books. And this is very close to my heart because books has made me what I am today as I stand in front of you. Now, the entire human race can be divided into multiple segments like people do. But for me, there are two kinds of people. One, readers, another, non-readers. Now, this may sound very blunt, this may sound a little rude as well, but that's a fact. And I can completely understand that readers who fall into my segment of being crazy book lovers and avid readers can relate to what I'm talking, and non-readers or starters hopefully get some input from me to go back and pick up that one book that you left on the table and get yourself to start reading. For all of us, we know whatever we create in the world is created from a very inside-out approach. Let me expand. What does it mean? Everything is generated from a thought. The thought creates an attitude. This attitude creates an outlook that we have for the world. And with this outlook, we create our own world. Which means, what is the focus point? Not the world, not the outlook, neither the attitude. It's deeper, the thought. And all these thoughts can be filtered and can be made better when you go to that particular tool called the book. And what do we do as part of my organization is something I would definitely want to talk about here. At Leadership Elements, we create thinkers. And that's a very strong value proposition. We create thinkers, and we do this through books and bringing the concepts and tools and techniques that authors write beautifully in these books and give it to them to become the better version of themselves. By this, we can challenge the immunity to change and think in many people. Now, why is this so important? Take a look at your own life. Anything and everything that we did always germinated from our thought. And if you're able to make a shift, and I call this thinking shift, in that particular spot, I think a lot of action can happen the way we want it. Now, reading is a habit. You need to pick it up as an acquired skill. And for me, I've been reading from the years, 8 years, 7 years when I was, and thanks to my father, he put me into this. And I've been reading over the years. And I can tell you, in all those occasions, whether professionally or personally, where I was facing a challenge, or I had an opportunity to be with people, leaders, organizations, maybe on platforms, maybe in group or teams, I have always been welcomed and I've always been standing out as a person who has contributed in a conversation. You never stand as a silent person. You can always contribute when you read. And knowledge from these books makes you come across as somebody to whom people would want to go and talk, which means you become approachable, you become affable, and people would want to come towards you. Isn't that what all of us want to do as leaders? What is leadership? It's not about leading organizations, leading people, or leading communities. That's one part which I don't deny. But I think leadership is all about being that approachable person where people want to come under your weather. They would want to come attracted towards you and not get repelled from you. That can happen when you are somebody who's able to throw knowledge, who's able to radiate energy from the knowledge that you've picked up. And I think books definitely play that fundamental role in making you a knowledgeable person, plus also a very approachable person. Now, how do you pick up this habit? I have done it over the years. Today, I read at least 2 books a month, which is still not a great number, which is 12 2s are 24. And I'm told Bill Gates reads almost like 100 books a year. And I don't know when can he reach that number, but at least the journey is on. Simple tips. When you hit the bed in the evening, before you sleep, definitely pull out 30 minutes to read. And it is proven through a research that reading before you sleep calms your mind. It's a crazy calming agent. All that euphoria that you went through in the day, fighting your case, fighting for your family, fighting for your work, etc., just settles down when you read a couple of pages in the book and then close your eye for sleep. Try doing that. That will help most of you to pick up the habit of reading. Another thing which helped me very interestingly, I just started off and it grew into me is, especially for consultants, business owners, and probably people who are into business development, carry a book in your kit When you go for your client meetings, when you're waiting for your clients, you get the 20, 30 minutes. Instead of browsing into the phone, Instagram, Facebook, etc., and wasting your time, it's good to skim through a couple of pages and read. By this, you would realize that you're slowly and steadily building the habit of reading. You would realize that you're covering more pages, you're finishing more books, makes you feel good. I think it's important for all of us to shift our focus from the technology piece of phone and gadgets and get into reading. And sorry for saying this, I am urging all of you to get into physical reading of books. Though we have audio books, we have Kindle, I think there's no alternative to physical books and reading them. The smell of the books, you get a chance to make your annotations on the pages of the book, all helps you to keep those books as a library and go back as reference point. In my own life, personally and professionally, currently, whatever I'm going through, all these books, all these great authors have really helped me. It helps us to filter our thought. It helps us to remove those filters with which we see the world. Our outlook changes. Young leaders are not reading enough as I think they should be reading. And includes my own children, and I see children of many of my friends and colleagues. I think all these boys and girls should get back to the habit of reading. It helps you to become a better person, amplifies you and expands you as an individual. Right? Now, in my life, over the years, certain challenges, certain successes, I completely contribute to books. And today, as I run this organization on LinkedIn, other platform, I am appreciated, acknowledged as somebody who runs a book-based consulting house. That's a great value proposition. Why? Because the learnings from the book are scalable. They are culture agnostic, they are industry agnostic, they are people agnostic, they're gender agnostic. Anybody can pick up the concepts and wealth of knowledge from this book and apply it in their context of life. So the content from the book will beautifully sit in the context of your life. That's exactly what you need to do. Pick up those beautiful books and start reading. In your own journey, you'll realize you would have become a far more knowledgeable person, a far more calmer person within yourself, and eventually you'll thank that one particular tool called the book. With this, I congratulate all the readers and also urge people who have not started reading or the starters to go back and start reading those books. This has been a great opportunity for me to stand in front of you on this platform created by Jimmy Mistry. And his powerful phrase is about helping people to move from a life of success to a life of significance. This could be a great opportunity for all the leaders to come together, and it's been a great experience for me. Thank you.